All right, so let's get the mean ugly one over with first. Number 8 is a word problem, and it says you sold 456 tickets to a school play. An adult ticket costs $3.50. A student ticket costs $1. We're going to let X be the number of adult tickets and Y is the number of student tickets. So I know the total number of tickets sold is 456. So the number of adult tickets plus the number of student tickets has to be equal to the total number of tickets. There we go. So in this case here, let's go ahead and write our first equation. Well, we know that the number of adult tickets is X, plus we know the number of student tickets is Y, and that's equal to the total. Well, the total number of tickets is in our problem, and it's 456. So there's our first equation. So now we can go ahead and so we're going to go ahead now, and we know the total tickets, the total amount of money taken in, total ticket sales. I guess I didn't write that part here. Let me write it now. It also told me total ticket sales is equal to $11,031. That's a dollar sign there. All right, so let's go ahead and write our second equation that we know. Well, we know the dollar value of adult tickets sold plus the dollar value of student tickets sold has to equal the total dollar value. Okay, so we know that each an adult ticket is $3.50, so we're going to take $3 and we get $3.50 every time we sell an adult ticket. When an adult ticket is X, plus, and then a student ticket is $1. So we get $1 every time we sell a student ticket, and a student ticket is Y. So we're going to get, here, let me just clean that up. It's got kind of sloppy, sorry. So I get $1 for every Y, and that's going to equal my total of $11,031. So this is one of my equations in both variables, and this is the other equation in both variables. So let's go ahead and move to a new slide and take our two equations with new slide. There we go. All right, so now I know that one of my equations that I had was, X plus Y is equal to 456. And the other equation that I had over here is, what was it? It was $3.50 for every adult ticket plus $1 for every Y ticket, and that was equal to $1,131. So let's go ahead. Those are our two equations. So, looking at them, I think the easiest thing to do is to take that first equation, the red equation here, and I'm going to multiply that equation. So let's go ahead and rewrite this one. So X plus Y is equal to 456. And let's take this whole equation here and multiply it by a -1, and that's going to allow us then to eliminate that Y variable, because this one over here has a +1, so I want to get this one here to have a -1 as the coefficient. So if I do that, I get -1 times X plus a -1 times Y, and that's going to be equal to -1 times 456. So this equation here then becomes, let's go ahead and write it in all in purple, negative x plus negative 1 is equal to negative 456. So now let's bring the green one over and line them up pretty. So let's bring this guy over now. So all we're going to do is bring this guy over here and line it up. And I get $3, 3.5x plus 1y is equal to 1131. And now we're going to take these two equations here, and in yet another color, we're going to add those equations together. Okay? So if I have $3.50 and I take $1 away, I have $2.50, so that gives me 0.250x, and my y's are eliminated, which is what I wanted. And if I take 11,031 and I subtract from that 11,031 and I subtract from that 456, I get 675. So I have 2.50x is equal to 675. So I'm going to divide both by 2.50, and I get that x is equal to, so if I take 675 and I divide it by 2.50, I end up with 270. So I sold 270 adult tickets. If I sold 270 adult tickets, obviously this is much easier if I plug it into that guy right there. So let's go ahead and go back to our red equation, which is x plus y is equal to 456. And I'm going to plug x as 270 in, so let's go ahead and make that substitution. I get 270, shoot, wrong color, 270 plus y is equal to 456. So I'm going to, subtract 270 from both sides of this equation. And that's going to give me my y value is equal to, that gives me 186. So so my ordered pair is 270, so I sell 270 adult tickets and 186 children's tickets. And once again, if I add those up, I get 456, and I feel pretty comfortable with that answer because I didn't get a fraction, and I know I can't sell part of a ticket. So that takes care of number 8. All right, guys, so the last one I'm going to do is 10 because actually I realized that I'm going to get rid of number 12 because I already did it on the board for you in class. So no point making you go through it twice, or maybe there is, but I'm not going to do that to you today. So I look at the two equations and I see, I could get rid of the x by multiplying, getting this one to have a negative 7x, or I could get rid of the y's by getting this one, multiplying this equation by a negative 5. Just given that x is first, I'm just going to take the equation and multiply the whole thing by negative 7. So I'm going to take the blue equation and multiply it by negative 7. So I'm going to have negative 7 times my whole equation, which is x minus 3y is equal to 20. Okay? And now, let's go ahead and, there we go, finish it off. So I have negative 7 times x, and then I have a negative 7 times a negative 3y, and then I have, you ready, a is equal to negative 7 times 20. There, it fits sort of. And when I multiply through, I'm going to end up with a negative 7x. I have negative 7 times negative 3y, which gives me a positive 21y. Be careful right there. And I have negative 7 times 20, which is a negative 140. Now I see, I have a positive 7 on the x and a negative 7 on the x. So I'm ready to eliminate. So I'm going to go ahead and move this guy up here. Negative 7x plus 21y is equal to negative 140. And I add those equations together. So 7x plus negative 7x gives me 0x. 15 plus 21 gives me a, 36y is equal to, and negative 140 plus 32 gives me a negative 108. And if I take that 108 and I divide it by 36, so we divide, so this gives me, here, let me finish out. 36y is equal to negative 108. I divide by 36, I divide by 36, and I get y is equal to negative 3. Since y is equal to negative 3, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it into the blue equation we started with. So I have x minus 3y is equal to 20. And now I'm going to plug this in for y. Right there. And I'm going to get x minus 3 times negative 3 is equal to 20, and that gives me x plus 9 is equal to 20. I subtract 9 from both sides of the equation, and I end up with x is equal to 11, and I have the ordered pair then 11 comma negative 3. And if I check that right into the red equation, so let's go ahead and plug that point in. I have 7x plus 15y is equal to 32. I'm going to get 7 times 11 plus 15 times negative 3 is equal to 32. So this gives me 77 plus negative 45 is equal to 32, and sure enough, that checks. So you guys, that's it. That's all you have to watch today, and I will see you tomorrow with, I will ask you, 2 questions on these, on the 2 videos, on the 2 problems that I solved in the video. So I think I'll ask you 2 questions about the word problem, 1 question about number 10. Okay, so I think the question for number 10 would be, I eliminated the x from the system of equations. Could I have eliminated the y, and how? And the answer to that is, if I wanted to eliminate the y, I would have multiplied this equation right here by a 5. So that would be the answer, to multiply that second equation by 5, because that would give me, this gives me 5x, and that would give me a minus 15y, and my y's would be gone, and of course that would give me 100. All right, that's it.